I'm back. Welcome to part two. Now, these are more sequels. Some of these are comedies, some of these are horror films, some of these are action films, etc. But I'm going to just do it quick because I don't want to be here for 3 hours. So, anyway, here's another sequel. I saw this sequel in the theater and I was laughing my ass off. It's a kid's film, but I think it's very funny. It's a lot of fun. I had a ball in the theater. The kids watched this and they were having a good time. And that is the sequel to Diary of a Wimpy Kid. This is the second one, Roderick Rules. This is a very funny sequel. I thought that these two had a lot of chemistry on screen. It's very memorable to me. It's lighthearted. It doesn't need to be dark. I love the kids in these movies. Robert Capron steals the show as Rowley. Peyton List is the most adorable blonde girl ever. Holly Hills, she's very cute. I like the characters in the film. You know, the parents, Rachel Harris and Steve Zahn. They're fun. They're having fun. You could tell that they're having fun doing this. These films are not trash. I don't know what these critics were thinking. This is not Shakespeare. It's a kid's movie based on a kid's book that I do enjoy. Very, very good sequel. I'm glad it beat Sucker Punch back in 2011 because it was the better movie. It was lighthearted and some people actually did enjoy this, and I'm one of them. So there we go. Next is the other sequel to Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It needs no introduction, and that is Diary of a Wimpy Kid Dog Days. This one got crapped on. They said, oh, it's one of the worst movies of last year. I disagree. I saw this in the theater again when it got re-released, and the kids loved it. They were having fun. It's definitely not as good as the second one because Holly's sister annoys me, but I thought that the cast that did come back, it was very good. And it did win. It won a Kids' Choice Award 2012. I'm glad it did. I like this movie. I really enjoy it. Had fun in the theater watching it. It's a kids movie, but you know, it is what it is. I had fun. I laughed. End the story. Okay, now here's another comedy, an animated movie that got shit on upon shit on back in 2007. There were a lot of sequels that year. This one definitely got the axe, but it did make a lot of money, and I enjoyed it. I laughed my ass off in the theater, and that is Shrek the Third. Yes, I do enjoy Shrek the Third. I think the second movie is good, but it's very overrated. This one is very underrated. I know there's a lot going on, but I laughed in the theater. I think that this was a very decent sequel. You know, there's a lot of colorful characters that I did enjoy. Yeah, the villain's weak, and there's some stupid things in it, but I still think it's a worthy Shrek film. It gets crapped on by the critics a lot. I mean, they said, oh, there's just too much. There's no plot. There's nothing going on. No, I love the first movie, and I like the second one, but I like this one too, and I also like part 4, which I think is better. But this one is a good Shrek film. It's very funny, and I prefer this. I'd rather see this on loop than watch Puss in Boots. It's just me. Okay, now we have a sequel that was hated upon hated upon hated. I saw this last year when the reboot came out, and I said, you know what? This movie is not as bad as people give it. You know, they give it so much shit. But you know what? I like it. Deal with it. I will see this over the reboot or the sequel next year, anytime. And that is Spider-Man 3. Yes, I like Spider-Man 3. It has problems. I know. It's very long. There's a lot of things going on. There's some things that don't get developed enough. But the action is really good in this film. People said, oh, Venom, they fucked them up and the movie's bad. No. It's a different take on Venom. I know it's not the perfect example, but they can always bring back Venom. And the Sandman, I didn't mind as the villain. New Goblin, yeah, he was there. I like the visual effects. I think the black suit looks fantastic on Spider-Man. I don't mind the love story. You know, Gwen Stacy, yeah, she doesn't do much in the film, but I do like Bryce Dallas Howard. I thought Emma Stone was better than her, but she did what she had to do. She's nice to look at. It's fast-paced. It's not like it takes an hour and a half for something to happen like in the reboot. The reboot I absolutely hated. There was nothing good about it. It was boring as hell. This one didn't bore me, and I saw it in the theater. I think it's underrated. A lot of people say this is the worst movie ever. I disagree. I really enjoy this film. I think the best one is the second one, but it got praised. It got praised up the ass, and it got a lot of acclaim. But this one got the shaft, and I don't know why. I like this movie. I think it's better than the reboot, and I guarantee you it's going to be better than Amazing Spider-Man 2, which looks like shit. It looks like a video game. Electro looks like shit. Rhino looks like a transformer. The new Goblin looks even worse than in this film. And this film, it made more money. I guarantee the new one isn't going to make more than this. So, stuff it, Amazing Spider-Man 2. I like this movie. Okay, next I'm going to do a horror sequel that I think is very, very underrated. It has a bunch of features. I'm glad it did. The first one's definitely better. It's got the better cast. But this is a good sequel. It's the only good sequel in the franchise. And that is Wrong Turn 2. Dead End. Really solid sequel. It has great gore and action, nice twisted moments, and Rollins rules. Yes, Henry Rollins kicked ass in this movie. I like the blonde girl. I think it's Erica Learson. She was good. The opening kill is fantastic. It's practical. You know what's going on. They don't shake the camera in a kill. It's low budget, but it knows what it is. It has fun with itself. I think it's a very, very good sequel. I didn't see Wrong Turn 3, 4, and 5 because I know they're nothing like this. They're boring and they're just trying to be something they're not. But this one was straightforward, fast-paced, and it was short. 97 minutes. It goes by quick. Very good sequel. I would not have it any other way. Okay, next part.